YouTube, it's your boy Lou back with another video today. Here with the M340, obviously, I'm joking. But we're here with the M340s today. I'm gonna give y'all the maintenance costs, my experience with the car. If you guys don't know me, I am Lou, aka Blendedgrey. You can follow me here. Well, subscribe to me here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram, that's Blendedgrey, no underscore. This is my 2023 M340i. Most of you who have been on the channel, you already know, you're familiar with the car. I had this car since November 2022. But let's just get into it. If y'all want to get any more information about what I've done to the car, I have other videos, DRLs, wheels, etc., etc. But let's just get started because I know y'all just want to hear that business and stuff. So I purchased this car back in November 2022, and I purchased this car at 68 MSRP. Now that's $68,000 if anybody doesn't know that. Paid $68,000 for this vehicle. Now at the time, interest rates were shit. Interest rates are still shit, but they seem like they're changing and they're going down now. I ended up putting down 12 grand. So that covered some of the fees and some of the payment as well. Now, just to give you guys a disclaimer before I even continue to delve into this, these cars are fucking expensive. Sorry, excuse my language, but these cars are expensive. Whether you buy them used, whether you buy them brand new, no normal, everyday person should look at a vehicle and say, oh my God, this is an investment, unless you're gonna pay something that's exotic, rare, etc., or you're using this as a business standpoint. For me, I enjoy cars, and now at this point, I'm trying to translate that into a business standpoint. So when you get into cars, don't think about it like I'm gonna try to get the best value for it when I sell it, etc. Because you're gonna be disappointed. You're never gonna get all the cash back that you paid for it. And this is not talking from a modified standpoint. This is just purchasing a car in general. All right, so this applies to any car, BMW, German, Toyotas, Americans, etc. Whatever car, you know? So let's get back into it. So I paid down 12 grand as my down payment. Now, when I looked at the payments over time, I looked at a little bit under, well, I still am looking at. So I pay a little bit under $1,100 for this car monthly. Now that's just the car payment in itself. So guys, remember, please keep this in mind. This is a brand new car, 68 grand. And I only put that amount down. So if I had put more down, obviously I get a lesser payment. But oh my God, Drive is killing them right now. Yeah, so more or less, I have a little bit under $1,100 payment. And for insurance, for 3 cars, because I do also have a 2022 vehicle in addition to this car, and then I have an older vehicle, I pay about 6 something. I'm not gonna lie to you. This car rapes me at the ass. Pause. It's very, very expensive. Now, from my standpoint, people are like, well, that's a lot that you're gonna pay for a car. You do the math, etc. It is a lot. I have a couple of things. I have properties, I have investments. So if you don't have things to back these vehicles, please be very smart about how you're going to get into it, because they can get you into a lot of problems very, very fast. Make sure that you're balancing out your funds appropriately, because keeping up with the Joneses is not fun when you owe Tom, Dick, and Harry money for your car payment or your car insurance, or you can't even say that your car is insured. None of that stuff is cool. So even when I got into this car, I planned beforehand on how I was going to approach paying for it, what things did I have set in stone prior to even getting the vehicle, because it ain't cheap. Simple as that. It ain't cheap. So now when we come from a maintenance standpoint, this car has been really, really good to me because it is a brand new car. A lot of the maintenance items have been covered, to be honest. That's why I actually went to the dealer the other day and to check out the oil cooler, because my oil changes are actually covered for the next 3 years or so. And in addition to that, I've changed out my brakes. I've even changed out my rotor. So I've changed both my front and my rear brakes. Those are also covered by BMW. And I've also purchased aftermarket brakes because I also wanted to see, you know, when it comes to brake dust, the Hawk, by the way, if you guys didn't know, Hawk brakes do not reduce the brake dust. So if you guys are gonna go with anything, go with maybe red stuff, EBC bed red stuff. They perform well. Not as well as the M3, if anybody is like, oh, well, but they do the job. stock. Even if you're gonna take this on the track, you could even stick with the stock. They're amazing, you know? But other than that, spark plugs, I did change the spark plugs. I'm at 27,000 miles. You don't necessarily have to if you're not tuned, but I've changed those. I've changed those to NGK plugs, kept the stock gap. 100 and change for those maybe. And I did a couple of oil changes between my own personal oil changes just because of the fact that I like to maintain the car. And that was 100 and change as well. So I like to either use liquid moly or I'll use EMS oil within the vehicle. Other than that, guys, this car has been really great to maintain. My experience that I've had with this car has been amazing. I've had it for almost 2 years. Aside from the one time with the oil cooler, there has been no other maintenance things that I basically had to do. At this point, because I'm about to hit 30K, maybe I should definitely change take a look at the brake fluid. But other than that, car's been great. Car's been great. I love the car. If anybody's looking to get in the car, for the cost and the money that you can get, if you're not interested in the new screen for the LCI or anything like that, go ahead and get a pre-LCI and save another 20 grand, another 30 grand, because they've also actually raised this price. So as rates go down, things just get much more expensive. So you really have to weigh the cost of value of what is your desire and what you're looking for in a vehicle. So that was really just a rundown. Oh, and just to mention, if you want to mention tires as maintenance too, because they are maintenance. I had the other Continentals, the DW6 ones before. Those were, at the time that I purchased them, they were around $1,200 for those tires. These are the Extreme Content 2, the sport ones. And these were a little bit more, so 15, 16, I believe. So you guys can do the math. I'm sorry I didn't calculate the math for you guys. But I also wanted to give you guys this video because you guys, I know that this is the biggest concern, especially now with the economy that we're looking at. Things aren't cheap. The next thing I kind of want to touch base on is my experience with the car overall, modifications aside. One of the things that I really kind of don't like about this car, most people have the same exact setup. And obviously this is due to aftermarket support. The M340 setup is definitely your carbon hood, stock wheels, you got your bead locks in the back, and call it a day. So it really the thing is, I don't like that because I feel like it does destroy the platform, because we all start looking ratchet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you can see that there's a different type of crowd that does appeal to the M340. They're, you know, and that is the sucky part about it all. But overall, this car does attract attention, same way that the M3 does. Not the same way, but very, very similar. It attracts attention, good and bad attention. You get attention from police, you get attention from regular everyday people, constantly. But the car has treated me right, never left me stranded. Gas mileage is still great. Now that I've changed the oil cooler out, my gas mileage actually has increased. Even ran my brother for a little, and the car is pushing. The car is definitely pushing. So the car's been great. It's affordable. When I say affordable, compared to, you know, the higher end or what you can get if you went above, you might as well say that you're going to spend the money to get this vehicle if you aren't somebody who wants to be a fast guy, or somebody who doesn't want the higher trim, or you know what I mean, guys. Overall, another complaint that I do have is the iDrive system over prolonged periods. It fails. And I've learned this from somebody else too, that theirs does the same exact thing. After maybe about 2 or 3 hours, the iDrive system kind of freezes, especially if you're using the GPS, if you're using Spotify. That is the sucky part with it, and I definitely am pretty sure it's a software thing, as this is when iDrive 8 first came out, so 2023. That was just a quick video for you guys. If you should get this car, get the car. Absolutely. The G20, and when I say G20, I'm not just talking about the M340, even the 330, amazing cars. Amazing cars for the price. Yes, with the 330, you get the B48, but it's an economy car, and those cars are actually fast. For the regular person, those cars are very fast. Y'all like the video? Your boy Lou was out. Like, comment, subscribe, and you know, do that thing. Oh yeah, guys, Impact. If y'all want to see the content for Impact, please comment below and let me know. I do have a video for that, but if you guys aren't interested in seeing it, I'm not gonna post it, you know? If you guys are just strictly interested in M340 content, I'll stick to that. So anyway, your boy is out. M340 out.